Almost 70% of adults in the US now take at least one prescription medication daily, and about a quarter take 4 or more drugs each day, a trend that has been rising steadily year after year. This means the majority of travelers are carrying medications through airports every time they fly. Yet in 2026, airports are enforcing medication screening far more intensely than ever before. Not because the drugs are illegal, but because the way they're packaged, declared, and screened has changed. Stay with me, because today I'm going to show you exactly which 15 types of medications trigger these delays, and the simple steps that prevent them entirely. Stay with me, because number 5 is where most travelers unknowingly cross into legal trouble. Before we begin, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe for practical travel updates that help you avoid unnecessary stress. Now let us begin the countdown, all the way down to number 1.
15. Liquid medications without proper declaration. Any medication in liquid form, cough syrup, prescription eye drops, liquid vitamins, nasal sprays, must be declared separately at security. The problem occurs when travelers mix these with regular toiletries or fail to announce them up front. TSA agents are trained to scrutinize undeclared liquids because they cannot verify contents through X-ray alone. When your bag enters the scanner with undeclared liquid medications, it automatically gets flagged for manual inspection. The agent must remove each liquid, test it with specialized equipment, and verify prescription information. This process typically takes 15 to 20 minutes minimum. To avoid delays, pack all liquid medications in a separate, clear bag, different from your toiletries. Remove this bag at security and place it directly in a screening bin. Verbally inform the agent you're carrying liquid medications. This simple declaration transforms a potential delay into routine screening.
14. Prescription pills in unmarked containers. Transferring prescription pills into daily organizers or unmarked containers creates immediate red flags because agents cannot verify what the medications are or confirm their legitimate prescriptions. TSA enforcement focuses heavily on unidentified pills since they could be controlled substances or illegal drugs. When screening equipment detects unmarked pills, agents must treat them as potentially prohibited until proven otherwise. This triggers enhanced screening, requiring supervisor involvement and detailed questioning about each medication. The verification process requires checking each pill type individually and often leads to missed flights when travelers cannot provide clear answers. The solution is keeping medications in original prescription bottles with current pharmacy labels clearly visible. If you prefer using pill organizers for convenience, bring both the organizer and original bottles. For controlled substances like pain medications or anxiety drugs, original containers are absolutely mandatory. This documentation allows agents to quickly verify legitimacy and move you through screening efficiently. If you are carrying anything temperature sensitive, stay until number 9. This is where delays usually begin. 13. Insulin and diabetic testing supplies. Diabetic supplies create complex screening situations because they involve multiple components that each trigger different protocols. Insulin pumps set off body scanners, insulin vials require liquid medication screening, and lancets need sharp object verification. The complexity multiplies when these items are scattered throughout luggage rather than organized together. TSA agents must verify each component individually, test insulin for explosive residue, and ensure all sharp objects are properly contained. Without clear organization, this process becomes lengthy and stressful for both traveler and security personnel. Organize all diabetic supplies in one clearly marked container or bag. Carry documentation from your physician explaining your diabetic condition and listing necessary supplies. Keep insulin in original pharmacy packaging with prescription labels visible. For insulin pumps, inform the TSA agent before entering the body scanner since you'll need alternative screening. Pack extra supplies in case of delays, and remember that insulin is exempt from liquid restrictions, but still requires declaration and separate screening. 12. Large quantities of over-the-counter medications. Carrying excessive amounts of common medications like pain relievers, allergy pills, or antacids triggers enforcement because it suggests commercial distribution rather than personal use. TSA agents are trained to identify quantities that exceed reasonable personal consumption for the travel period. When screening equipment detects multiple bottles of identical medications, agents must question the purpose and verify you're not transporting for resale or circumventing purchase restrictions. Large quantities require additional inspection time and often supervisor approval to proceed. The verification process involves examining each container and asking detailed questions about medical necessity. Pack only the amount you'll reasonably need for your trip, plus a small backup supply. Keep medications in original, sealed packaging rather than transferring to unmarked containers. If medical conditions require large quantities, carry documentation from your physician explaining the necessity. This preparation demonstrates legitimate medical use and prevents questions about commercial transport intentions.
11. CBD and hemp-derived products. CBD oils and hemp supplements create confusion because they often look identical to controlled substances, but may be federally legal under specific conditions. The enforcement challenge occurs because agents must verify THC content, confirm hemp derivation, and ensure federal compliance. Many CBD products lack clear labeling or have packaging that doesn't clearly distinguish them from marijuana-derived items. When TSA agents encounter CBD products, they must examine labels for THC content, verify hemp derivation claims, and sometimes test substances to confirm compliance. Without proper documentation, CBD products can be confiscated or cause significant delays while agents research current regulations. Only travel with CBD products clearly labeled as hemp-derived and containing less than 0.3% THC on packaging. Keep products in original, sealed containers with complete ingredient lists and lab testing information visible. Avoid homemade CBD products or items without clear federal compliance labeling. Pack CBD oils with declared liquid medications if they exceed standard liquid limits. Be prepared to explain the difference between hemp and marijuana derivatives if questioned. 10. Gel capsules and supplement powders. Large bottles of gel capsules and powdered supplements trigger additional screening because they can be mistaken for other substances or require special testing protocols. Gel capsules appear as dense, liquid-like shapes on X-ray equipment that agents cannot immediately identify. Powdered supplements over certain amounts require testing for explosive materials under current security procedures. When screening equipment flags these items, agents must physically examine each container, verify contents through testing, and ensure they meet transportation safety requirements. Multiple supplement bottles or large powder containers require individual inspection, extending screening time significantly. Keep supplements in original store containers with clear product labeling visible. Avoid transferring multiple supplements into single containers or unmarked bags. For powdered supplements, pack containers under 12 ounces when possible to avoid mandatory testing. Consider dividing large containers into smaller amounts for shorter trips. Always maintain original product labeling so agents can quickly identify contents and purpose. Number 9. Temperature-sensitive medications. Medications requiring cold storage with cooling packs create multiple screening complications because gel ice packs and insulated containers trigger separate verification procedures. Frozen gel packs must be tested for explosive materials, while melting ice creates liquid screening issues. Insulated medication bags require complete unpacking to verify contents and cooling methods. TSA agents see cold, dense objects that could potentially conceal prohibited items, requiring enhanced inspection protocols. The verification process involves testing cooling materials, examining insulated containers, and confirming medical necessity for temperature control. Without proper preparation, this screening can take 20 to 30 minutes. Use frozen gel packs designed specifically for medication transport rather than loose ice. Pack temperature-sensitive medications in clearly labeled insulated bags marked with your name and medical necessity. Inform TSA agents immediately about cooling requirements and medical necessity. Keep physician documentation explaining temperature requirements for your medications. Allow extra screening time for cooling pack inspection and testing procedures. Number 5 is the point where documentation becomes the difference between delay and confiscation. 8. Compounded and custom pharmacy medications. Custom mixed prescriptions from compounding pharmacies lack standard pharmaceutical labeling and often come in unusual containers that agents cannot easily verify. These medications don't fit standard FDA packaging formats and may have handwritten labels or custom formulations that screening agents cannot immediately identify. When TSA encounters non-standard pharmaceutical presentations, they must verify legitimacy through enhanced procedures, often requiring supervisor consultation. The verification process involves examining unusual labeling, confirming prescribing information, and sometimes contacting pharmacies for verification. Without proper documentation, compounded medications can cause significant delays or confiscation. Always carry complete documentation from your compounding pharmacy listing all ingredients, dosages, and prescribing physician information. Keep medications in original containers provided by the compounding pharmacy, regardless of appearance. Carry a letter from your prescribing physician explaining medical necessity for custom formulations. Pack business card or contact information for your compounding pharmacy. Allow additional screening time since these medications often require more thorough inspection and verification procedures. If you're enjoying these practical tips that can save you time and stress at the airport, consider subscribing to stay updated on the latest travel requirements. I break down new TSA changes and airport procedures every week so you can travel with confidence.
7. International prescription medications. Medications prescribed outside the United States create verification challenges because TSA agents cannot access foreign prescription databases, and labels may be in different languages or formats. International pharmaceutical labeling uses different systems, measurements, and languages that agents cannot immediately verify. Foreign medications may also contain ingredients controlled in the United States, even if legal in their origin country. When agents encounter international prescriptions, they cannot verify legitimacy through standard databases, requiring physical documentation review and extended inspection procedures. The verification process involves examining foreign labeling, confirming ingredient legality, and sometimes consulting supervisors about international pharmaceutical standards. Without proper preparation, international medications can cause lengthy delays or confiscation. Carry original prescription documentation with English translations if original prescriptions use other languages. Research whether your international medications contain ingredients controlled in the United States. Keep contact information for prescribing physicians or pharmacies from international locations. Consider obtaining equivalent prescriptions from U.S. physicians for medications you'll carry regularly. Pack international medications separately from U.S. prescriptions to simplify verification. 6. Electronic medication devices. Electronic medication devices, including insulin pumps, electronic inhalers, and portable nebulizers, require both electronic device screening and medication verification simultaneously. These devices cannot process through standard X-ray equipment and need hand inspection, significantly extending screening time. Electronic components trigger additional security protocols, while medication aspects require separate verification procedures. TSA agents must manually inspect devices, test for explosive residue, verify medical necessity, and ensure devices meet transportation safety requirements. The combination of electronic and medical screening creates bottlenecks requiring specialized handling and additional time. Without proper preparation, electronic device screening can delay travelers significantly. Inform TSA agents about electronic medication devices before beginning security screening. Keep device documentation, including medical necessity letters and user manuals, easily accessible. Allow extra time for hand inspection, residue testing, and verification procedures. Consider bringing backup manual devices when possible, in case electronic devices require extended inspection. Keep contact information for device manufacturers or prescribing physicians readily available.
5. Controlled substance prescriptions. Pain medications, anti-anxiety drugs, sleep aids, and ADHD medications receive intense scrutiny due to abuse potential and trafficking concerns. These medications require heightened verification because they're frequently diverted for illegal purposes. Controlled substances without proper prescription documentation trigger immediate enhanced screening and potential law enforcement involvement. TSA agents must verify prescription legitimacy, confirm appropriate quantities, and ensure proper documentation for controlled substance transport.
The verification process requires examining prescription labels, checking quantities against prescribed amounts, and sometimes verifying prescriptions with pharmacies or physicians. Any discrepancies can result in medication confiscation and potential criminal charges. Keep controlled substances exclusively in original prescription bottles with current pharmacy labels clearly visible. Carry only prescribed amounts appropriate for your travel duration. Never excess quantities. Avoid transferring controlled substances to pill organizers or other containers. Bring physician contact information in case verification questions arise. Be prepared to explain medical necessity and demonstrate legitimate prescription status.
4. Prescription inhalers and respiratory devices. Rescue inhalers, steroid inhalers, and breathing treatment devices contain pressurized contents that trigger explosive detection protocols while also requiring medication verification. Multiple respiratory devices can appear suspicious without proper medical context, especially when travelers carry several different inhaler types. Pressurized containers require special handling and testing procedures that extend screening time beyond standard medication verification. TSA agents must test pressurized contents, verify prescription legitimacy, and ensure devices meet transportation safety requirements. Multiple inhalers require individual verification, and emergency access needs must be balanced with security requirements. Without proper documentation, respiratory devices can cause significant screening delays when medical necessity isn't immediately apparent. Keep all inhalers in original prescription packaging with pharmacy labels clearly visible. Carry physician documentation explaining the need for multiple devices if you require different inhaler types. Inform agents if you need immediate inhaler access during screening procedures. Pack rescue inhalers separately for easy emergency access while maintaining proper documentation. Allow extra time for pressurized container testing and verification procedures.
Number 3. Homeopathic and alternative medicine preparations. Homeopathic remedies, essential oil preparations, and alternative medicine substances create screening complications because they lack standard pharmaceutical labeling and may contain unregulated ingredients. These products don't follow FDA labeling requirements and often have minimal ingredient information that agents cannot verify. Alternative medicine preparations may contain substances that are controlled or prohibited despite being legally sold in health stores. TSA agents cannot verify non-FDA regulated products through standard procedures, requiring them to treat unlabeled substances as potentially prohibited materials. The verification process involves examining ingredient lists, researching substance legality, and sometimes testing unknown preparations. Without clear labeling and ingredient verification, alternative medicine products risk confiscation or lengthy inspection delays. Only travel with homeopathic products in original commercial packaging with complete ingredient lists clearly displayed. Avoid homemade preparations or unlabeled alternative medicine substances. Research ingredient legality before travel, especially for international destinations. Keep purchase receipts showing legitimate commercial source. Be prepared to explain product purpose and ingredient safety if questioned by screening personnel. 2. Prescription creams, ointments, and topical medications. Topical prescriptions in tubes or jars trigger both liquid screening protocols and medication verification procedures, especially when packaging doesn't clearly indicate medical purpose. Large containers of creams require liquid testing, while unmarked topical medications cannot be verified as legitimate prescriptions. Many prescription topicals come in generic tubes or containers that don't clearly identify their medical nature. When TSA encounters large tubes or jars of cream-like substances, they must verify contents through testing and confirm prescription legitimacy through documentation review. Multiple topical medications require individual verification, and large quantities may suggest commercial rather than personal use. Without proper labeling and documentation, topical medications can cause significant delays during liquid screening procedures. Keep topical medications in original prescription containers with pharmacy labels clearly visible. Pack large tubes with declared liquid medications for separate screening. Carry physician documentation for extensive topical treatment regimens requiring multiple products.
Avoid transferring topical medications to unmarked containers or travel-sized tubes. Be prepared for additional testing and verification when carrying multiple topical prescriptions.
1. Emergency and rescue medications. EpiPens, emergency inhalers, nitroglycerin tablets, and other rescue medications create unique screening challenges because they require immediate accessibility while meeting security requirements. Emergency medications must balance immediate medical access needs with proper screening and verification procedures. These devices often contain springs, needles, or pressurized contents that trigger additional security protocols. TSA agents must verify emergency medication legitimacy while ensuring devices remain accessible for immediate medical use. The screening process must accommodate potential emergency needs while maintaining security requirements, creating complex timing and access considerations. Without proper preparation, emergency medication screening can create dangerous delays when immediate access becomes necessary. Inform TSA agents immediately about emergency medications and accessibility requirements. Keep devices easily accessible while maintaining proper prescription documentation. Carry multiple emergency devices if prescribed to ensure availability during screening procedures. Know your rights regarding immediate medical access during security screening. Keep physician contact information and medical emergency documentation readily available for verification purposes. Safe travels, and remember, preparation makes airport security simple. I will see you in the next video.